Hi, I'm Rob Flagg, and this is a Mitsubishi product presentation video. At some point in life, almost everyone says, that's enough. I'm doing something for me. And this is the something car for the sports car lover, the Eclipse Spyder. Nothing else on the road looks like it, nothing else drives like it, and there's nothing that compares to its peace of mind warranty coverage. That's because it's one of the best backed cars in the world. Over the next few minutes, I'm going to show you some of the key features on this Spyder GTP. We'll go around the car together in a typical walk around, just like you do with a customer. So let's get started. This is the latest edition of the Mitsubishi Eclipse Spyder, a car that turns heads as quickly as it turns corners. The Spyder comes in two models. The 162 horsepower GS powered by a 2.4-liter four-cylinder Myvec engine, and the Spyder GTP with a 265 horsepower Myvec V6. Eclipse is also available as a two-door coupe in the same GS and GTP trim with the same four-cylinder and V6 engines. We've produced a separate product presentation video for the coupe, so be sure to check it out. Now let's get back to the Eclipse Spyder and specifically the Spyder GTP. Not even the wind can resist the Spyder. Its striking looks are as aerodynamically pure as a race car. So it literally slips through the wind while it hugs the ground with its low, wide stance. In GTP trim, the Spyder features a two-tone bumper and high-intensity discharge headlamps that distinguish it from the Spyder GS and from many competitive sports convertibles. It also comes with a wide array of standard convenience and comfort features that are extra cost options on other cars. And here's another place where the Spyder GTP stands out from the crowd. This is the GTP. It's 3.8-liter single overhead cam V6 with 265 horsepower and 262 pound-feet of torque. If your right foot could smile, this engine would leave it with a permanent grin. And Mitsubishi's acclaimed Myvec technology plays a big role in that. Myvec automatically adjusts the timing of the intake and exhaust valves to match input from the accelerator. Jump on it from a standing start and Myvec helps the engine to deliver optimum torque for quick off-the-line acceleration. At higher speeds, Myvec puts the emphasis on horsepower, so it makes passing maneuvers almost effortless. The Spyder GTP delivers power to its front wheels through one of two transmissions. The standard 6-speed manual offers a buttery smooth linkage and short throws for quick and commanding gear changes, while the optimal 5-speed automatic with Sportronic function lets the driver take manual control of upshifts and downshifts. Now let's move on to the passenger side of the GTP. The athleticism of Mitsubishi vehicles is clear in the sculpted muscular profile of the Eclipse, and its motorsport DNA is obvious in the 18-inch alloy wheels and the low-profile V-rated tires that come as standard equipment on the GTP. To keep those tires in full contact with the road through every twist and turn, and to soak up the bumps and jolts that come with city driving, Eclipse uses a sport-tuned suspension system. It features McPherson struts and a stabilizer bar at the front for flat, precise cornering, plus a beefy strut tower brace that adds structural rigidity. At the rear, a low-mount, independent multi-link design and another stabilizer bar combine to smooth out the ride and keep the rear wheels firmly planted on the pavement. To bring the whole show to a stop with confidence and control, the Spyder GTP has large ventilated disc brakes at all four corners. They're part of a standard four-wheel anti-lock braking system with electronic brake force distribution. This combination balances brake force between the front and rear wheels to help reduce stopping distances. And it helps prevent brake lockup and skidding that can rob a driver of control, especially in collision avoidance maneuvers or on wet or icy roads. Eclipse models also come with traction control and an active stability control system that can automatically reduce throttle input to help a slipping wheel regain traction. These two features can also work together to pulse the brake on a specific wheel and help pivot the car back on track in certain understeer or oversteer situations. One last thing before you move on to the back of the Spyder. Take a moment to tell your customers about the standard tire pressure monitoring sensors in each wheel. They're programmed to trigger a warning light on the instrument panel anytime a tire is significantly below pressure. If your customers thought the front of the Eclipse Spyder was eye-catching, just look at the rear. The curve of the deck lid is accented with a clear-look spoiler that arcs from tail lamp to tail lamp. Below that, the GTP features a two-tone bumper over polished stainless steel exhaust finishers. That's the look of a real performer. Now, I know some of you have skipped over the Spyder's trunk in the past. That's because it has about a third of the capacity of the Eclipse Coupe. But this is still more trunk space than some of the roadsters your customers may be considering. And the Eclipse Spyder has room for a compact spare, where some of the competitors offer nothing more than a can of tire sealant and an inflation kit. Obviously, when someone is considering the Spyder, this is the big attraction, the excitement of driving with the top down. When it's down, the Spyder's power soft top stows away neatly under this hard tonneau cover, so there's no ugly bustle behind the cockpit to ruin the Spyder's athletic profile. But before you get your customers into the cockpit, you might want to quickly touch on a few of the basic convenience features that come standard on the Eclipse Spyder, like power side mirrors with heated glass that helps keep them ice and fog free, power windows and power door locks, and a keyless entry system. At this point in your presentation, your customers will be pumped about sitting behind the wheel, so don't get in their way. The Eclipse Spyder is a pure sports car. From the waveform instrument panel, to the black and silver gauges, to the ice blue lighting, and the GTP's standard aluminum pedals. The sports car look and feel runs through all of the Spyder's roomy cockpit, including its leather heated bucket seats and 6-way power driver's seat that comes standard on the GTP. The center stack of the Eclipse is topped with an LCD screen that displays audio system functions and the time. On the GTP, the screen also has readouts for outside temperature and compass direction. Below the screen is an impressive 650-watt Rockford Fosgate audio system that turns the Spyder's cockpit into a concert bowl. Just look at everything else it includes. A 6-disc CD changer that also plays digital MP3 files, Sirius satellite radio with a prepaid 6-month subscription, 8 premium speakers, and an 8-inch subwoofer in the rear seat back. It also has a unique automatic equalization feature that reconfigures the sound when the soft top is down. So it's always note perfect. Speaking of the soft top, this is a good opportunity to demonstrate it if you can. It takes less than 20 seconds to fold, and it's really a show in itself. For those days when open-air driving isn't in the cards, the Spyder GTP features an automatic climate control system that only needs to be set once for year-round comfort. And it comes with dual front airbags and seat-back mounted side airbags to help protect the driver and front passenger. Of course, those are safety features that would be the most obvious to your Eclipse customers. What they won't see is the rigid structure under the sheet metal and the additional reinforcement that goes into the Eclipse Spyder. These things contribute to the Spyder's solid handling, but they also make it one of the top performing convertibles in a variety of crash tests. That kind of safety and the Spyder's great performance are both built on lessons learned and embedded in the Eclipse's DNA through Mitsubishi's rich rally heritage and record-setting wins. Well, that's it for this Mitsubishi product presentation video on the Eclipse Spyder GTP. This has been a quick snapshot of the features and selling points that make this car so exciting. If you want more information on other features or other Eclipse models, here's some additional product knowledge sources you'll want to look into. And here are some key third-party sources of Eclipse reviews and test drive stories. Favorable reviews from trusted sources like these are important decision-making tools for your customers. So make sure you draw their attention to them. Your knowledge and enthusiasm will go a long way in selling the Eclipse Spyder to your customers. But the best way to close the deal is to let them experience everything that you've shown them in a test drive. Because when it comes to the Spyder, a test drive with the top down is the ultimate deal maker.